Is Goldberg going to AEW? That's coming up in today's video. We got some good news for WWE. We got some bad news for WWE. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to kick things off with WWE's new partnership expansion with Fanatics. You might be wondering why I'm talking about this, but if you have ever shopped at a WWE event to get merchandise, either there was issues with the system, maybe there was issues with the quantity, maybe even the quality. Obviously, everybody has their own preference when it comes to shopping for clothes. But now WWE and Fanatics announced an expansion to their partnership. And honestly, this should be a game changer for WWE merchandise. They sent out a press release today. WWE and Fanatics today announced an expansion of their existing comprehensive long-term sports and entertainment partnership, which will now see the Fanatics team assume operations of WWE's global event merchandise business. The deal actually kicks off on May 1st before WWE's premium live event Backlash. Now, under the expanded partnership, Fanatics Commerce, the company's e-commerce licensed merchandise and physical retail's operation division, will manage the on-site event retail experience for WWE's calendar year. Obviously, that includes WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and all of the Big Four. That means WWE is having another company whose specialty is sports merchandise. They're going to come in and do all of the operations for these events, which is really, really good. Now, according to the press release, it says that Fanatics will closely and collaboratively work with the world-class teams at WWE who previously operated the event retail business in-house for decades to optimize the event shopping experience for its growing global fan base. This includes curating an enhanced in-venue product offering with more localized merchandise collections, creating innovative event retail stores and experiences, as well as utilizing Fanatics operated team stores during various live events. Fanatics holds physical retail partnerships with more than 50 professional and college team sports teams. And guys, look, this is really good. But then there's even something a little bit better that I just want to point out here. The expansion follows strong commercial results for WWE across its retail channels in 2022, including record-breaking demand for WWE merchandise. Now, this is the solution because WWE, if you went to an event and tried to buy merchandise, maybe they were sold out, maybe a system issue. There could have been a variety of things. And then not to mention, WWE's merchandise isn't always the best designs, right? I don't think there's a wrestling company right now that truly makes really cool wrestling merch. I don't think AEW does. I don't think anything on Pro Wrestling Tees looks cool. I don't think WWE really does anything. I think maybe... obviously, there's a couple, examples from each of those companies that have something cool. But for the most part, if you're looking to buy wrestling merchandise, a lot of these companies don't really provide something that special. I feel like if you go online, you could find a lot of people who create their own third-party WWE, AEW merch. There's a lot of those websites that you can go to, and they're almost like streetwear or like modern street clothing, more fashionable, things that you could actually wear out and about. With these things that WWE has, I just don't think that's necessarily the case. So WWE kind of solves a lot of problems here. I'm excited to see what this partnership really does for WWE long term, especially going into SummerSlam, which I will be there. Guys, SummerSlam is setting records. Wow, this is awesome. WWE is holding SummerSlam in Detroit this year. Obviously, I am going to be there, but now there's this new report by the Sports Business Journal that reported that SummerSlam has marked the largest day one sale for any WWE event in history that was held at a stadium excluding WrestleMania. And the best part is WWE has already sold 32,000 tickets for the show, and we still have 4 months until it takes place. Now, Dave Meltzer did jump into this and say that this is true, that WWE did set a United States non-WrestleMania record, and this is only true for the United States, though. He did clarify, like Clash at the Castle last year obviously did more and stuff like that, but when you look at the United States market, when you look at Detroit, which, by the way, tourism isn't that big in Detroit. This is something that you have to consider. It's not a hot spot. It's not like you're going to New York. It's not like you're going to California, Los Angeles. Like, it's not like you're going to Miami or something like that. Detroit is not a really big tourist spot. So the truth is, WWE's business is incredibly hot right now, and it's good to see. I know just for myself personally, and I've bought tickets to AEW Double or Nothing and All Out, and I've gone to so many wrestling events in general. This year, surprisingly, despite the high demand, the system worked incredibly well. And I don't typically like using Ticketmaster, but I used Ticketmaster for this experience to buy tickets, and it was a really easy process. And I just feel like if that process could be replicated for every wrestling company when trying to sell these big events, I feel like a lot of people aren't going to struggle to buy tickets, especially because I was able to buy really, really, really nice seats, which I've always kind of had to take a back seat to where I'm sitting. Sometimes I would have to kind of sacrifice a good seat to get a bad seat just to be there, just because the overall experience wasn't that great. Maybe you're getting kicked out of the queue, whatever it may be. So obviously it's no secret that WWE is doing really good business right now. Vince it seems to be taking a backseat to the creative. Triple H is running the creative. Kind of seems like WWE is getting back on track after that huge blunder of WWE Raw after Mania. And that's all we can ask for, WWE is not going to be perfect. Writing a wrestling television show for 52 weeks out of a year is not going to be perfect. AEW and WWE are not going to be perfect. But to sit here and tell you guys that WWE is setting records that don't revolve around WrestleMania, and to sit here and talk to you guys about AEW doing Wembley Stadium. I've been doing YouTube for so many years. When have I ever talked about two pro wrestling companies in North America doing big stadium shows? The wrestling industry is incredibly healthy, and I love to see it. But with the good news, we got to talk about some bad news, and that is, in fact, Dana Brooke. And guys, I just really, really hate this news. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to explain. Hopefully it doesn't sound like I'm complaining, but let's talk about it. So, guys, right here, there was a fan on Twitter, just got featured on Raw with my Dana Brooke WWE sign. 10 minutes later, security came and told me I had to take it down. This can't keep happening. I heard this happen to another fan a few weeks ago at WWE. Please fix this. Hashtag give Dana Brooks a chance. Now, on this tweet, there is the sign, I pay to see Dana Brooke. And then Dana Brooke actually responded, I'm so sorry this happened. I love the support and getting the message across. Now, here's the thing, guys. We are in 2023. People are using their phones more than holding a sign. And realistically, I get it. You're capturing the moment and stuff like that. But if you go back and look at the Attitude Era, and you go and look at WCW and WWE and how they had all these fans with signs, it's a great thing. And I feel like WWE, for some reason, with something like this, if this is 100% true to a T and security did it, why? What is the issue here? What is the issue? The sign literally says, I paid to see Dana Brooke. Just showing their support. I feel like that is a way better sign than, there's nothing derogatory. There's no hate speech on this. I mean, like, literally just showing their support for Dana Brooke. I don't know. This happens from time to time, and I just feel like we are so far removed from the sign era of pro wrestling fans that it's actually cool to see signs in the crowd. And whatever signs are left in the crowd, they're being taken down. I just think that's a big mistake. I really hope WWE just looks at that and says, hey, like, we need to chill on that. I don't know. Security, I don't know if it's the venue. I don't know if it's WWE. I don't know. But whoever it is, it's WWE having these events, and this is what's happening. I don't understand why that would be a big deal. And guys, we got to talk about Goldberg, who did a massive interview on 93.7 The Ticket. Goldberg was asked about his future. And he spoke about his future because, well, obviously there's a lot of rumors about AEW, and there's obviously rumors about WWE and what happened. Now, for those who don't know, Goldberg's contract with WWE expired at the end of 2022, but then it broke out in March that he was a free agent. And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of rumors that Goldberg is open to doing a lot of things, but Vince McMahon basically let him down. He mentioned that he had a handshake agreement with Vince McMahon after losing to Roman Reigns that he would have a proper retirement match. As of now, that obviously hasn't happened, and WWE hasn't re-signed him. He says, I'll stop the rumor mill right now. The reason rumors are out there is because Vince McMahon and I had a handshake understanding that after the Roman Reigns match, I would have a proper retirement match. And that hasn't come to fruition through them, and therefore nobody puts a stamp on my career. Nobody tells me when I'm done, period, end of story. When somebody tells me that, I kind of like to fight against it. I like to do things my own way. I go out on my own way. I certainly didn't go out under Roman Reigns 3 weeks after I had the virus and then continued to agree to do the match. He also says, if I go on a world tour and promote it myself, that's a possibility. Hey, I'm a businessman, and I'm fortunately, in the position I firmly believe to where I can still make it happen. At the end of the day, like I said, I do believe that my character deserves a proper send-off. Until that happens, I don't believe I'm hanging them up. Anything and everything is an option. I'm very much leaning towards promoting it myself and doing a 4-city world tour. So let the rumor mill start up after that. Well, my friend, Wembley Stadium in August is a real possibility. And if there's somebody who does know how to respect legends in the business, it's Tony Khan. There are a lot of rumors that Sting could be retiring at All In. I think Tony Khan definitely brings in Goldberg without a doubt. And I think this right here was Goldberg basically saying, hey, I'm going to do it my way. And if you're Goldberg, who's the company that's going to be able to pay you the money to do it? It is Tony Khan's AEW. Do you guys think Goldberg's going to be All Elite? Let me know what you think down below.